Hello everybody, my name is RJ Dewitt, and I'm here to talk about why the civil rights movement had like a little split in it. And also, I just want to come ask a question at the start of the video too. Let y'all kind of sit on the question as I'm keep going on. So, what in your mind would you say is a revolutionary person? Like, what would they have to do? Okay, so now I'm just gonna lock in on the civil rights movement for a little bit. So, there was a little split in the civil rights movement from the mid 1960s. And trust me, it was not just drama. It had a lot more to do with that. It was real life, real danger, and real choices people of color had to make during this time. Okay, so boom. In the mid 60s, black communities had been dealing with generations of poverty, police violence, and straight up government neglect. And even after the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, the violence actually got worse somehow. A lot of people were tired of waiting, and that is how the split became to be. On this video, I will more be talking about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Leroy Eldridge Cleaver. Dr. Martin Luther King had a lot of famous speeches, as one of his famous speeches were, "Where do we go from here?" This speech was all about the nonviolence, love, and transforming America inside out, like as a whole. He said racism, poverty, and war were all connected, like one big system. King wanted a lot of what you might say a revolution of values in people's mind. And he wanted them to have a revolution of values because he felt like the country was more caring about profit than the people, and this was wrong. He planned to unite more of the poor black people and more of the poor white people together to create a multiracial movement for economic justice. Now, Leroy Eldridge Cleaver. I just like that, Leroy. Like Leroy. See, that's a hard name. And I feel like he had that name for a purpose. Whole different energy. That's what this guy embodied, I feel like. In Requiem of Naviance, he basically said Naviance already ran its course. Get on with it. He believed that America only understood force, which in a lot of the times is true. And he believed that black people had to show force to get what they needed. And he felt that black people also had the right to do this because he felt like they was going through a lot and that peace was not working, so they had to do this instead. Cleaver saw the police as an occupying army, basically. He thought revolution wasn't some metaphor, but it was happening in real time. So my question is, who would you prefer? And to be honest, I would lean more towards the Dr. King part. Not because I think Clever was wrong. I actually think Clever was very right. Absolutely. But King's strategy, I feel like, was something I could be able to follow, I could say. I don't feel like I could follow as much of what Clever was doing, but I could fully follow what Dr. King was doing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not trying to be at a shootout with cops. I'm gonna be honest. And I feel like King's movement was more of trying to build something more than just trying to fight back all the time. If you get what I'm saying, you know? And this may be a little bit off topic, but I'm going to talk about the Supreme Court striking down voting rights. Because, yeah, this is wild. That law protected black voters for decades. Taking it away opened doors for voter suppression all over again. Like, it was just like history repeating itself. So, you remember that first question I asked at the start of the video? What do you feel like is a revolutionary? Honestly, I asked that because I think I am still a revolutionary in my own way. I speak up, I vote, I learn the history, and I call out the bad stuff, like the BS, when I see it. I feel like being a revolutionary or like just a revolution in general doesn't always just mean having to put out violence or violence in general. Sometimes it's more about just refusing to quit. And that also has to do with refusing to stay quiet as well. And that is how I feel about the like revolution. And that's all my take about the civil rights split, the revolution. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. Honestly, that's okay. Because this is just my views on this. If you didn't agree, maybe also rewatch. Because I know that this is definitely going to hit different the second time. So maybe if you didn't like it the first time, give it a second watch. See if you like it. But that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed my video and have a good day. Bye.